Again, man, thank you for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So, this is just a post reaction from the Dillian Whyte and Alexander Povetkin. So, as y'all know, I think both fighters was in there drunk. If you look at it, man, they had a dance match, and Dillian Whyte just so happened to win it. Him and Alexander Povetkin looked it like they were drunk in the duration of the fight. So it started with Povetkin at the beginning of the fight, where he looked it like he was already punch drunk. I mean, he was stumbling. They were both throwing, punches, but none of them looked like they were, true elite boxers. And then later on in the first round, Dillian Whyte was tired and he was looking like he was drunk. So the fight, to me, in general, it was terrible. I did not like it. But I do understand why Dillian Whyte had to take the fight, because he already got knocked out and he had to prove that he was actually the better fighter, which in the first match, Dillian Whyte was winning. It just so happened he got knocked out because he started taking Alexander Povetkin for granted. So that's what happened in that case. But overall, man, I felt like I wasted my time watching this fight. I definitely would have to say that Dillian Whyte is going to receive a repeat if he get in the ring with Deontay Wilder, especially if Deontay Wilder get a tune-up before he fights Dillian Whyte. So I will advise Dillian Whyte to stay away from Deontay Wilder. In fact, I want to see the fight. So I'm not like all these other fans that's emotionally attached to a fighter, because I'm not. But I would definitely like to see it, to see if what I say actually come to fruition, if I actually made the accurate prediction. Because first of all, when you look at the styles, right, Alexander Povetkin is basically tailor-made for a person like Dillian Whyte. It just so happened, like I said, Dillian Whyte got careless, right, in the first fight. But they're very he's tailor-made for him, because the punches that Dillian Whyte were throwing were basically punches that were wild, right? And I guarantee nobody's going to talk about how wild and out of control Dillian Whyte looked, but they're going to definitely talk about Deontay Wilder when he throwing punches that as they were called, windmill punches, trying to get the fighter out of here. But how careless Dillian Whyte was, he's definitely going to get knocked out by Deontay Wilder. And here's why I say that. See, Dillian Whyte was coming forward, right? And he had to come forward. Well, actually, he didn't have to come forward, because he could have made Alexander Povetkin continue to try to come in, right? Because Alexander Povetkin has short arms. So therefore, he has to play in the inside. So he can't run away from Dillian Whyte, because that won't be in his favor. So he had to play the Mike Tyson, try to bully your opponent game, because he has short arms. But then you got somebody like Deontay Wilder who has long arms. And then I seen some commentators that said that Dillian Whyte looked good, he looked very impressive. To me, the man, it looks like he can dance, because that's all he was doing. Like, the man was stumbling, he looked tired, he looked exhausted, he looked gassed, and this was after the first round. So if you got somebody with endurance such as Deontay Wilder, or even a Tyson Fury, anybody with endurance that has a great outreach, that has a great reach, and that can basically take Dillian Whyte to deep waters, they're going to beat him. So even a person like Luis Ortiz, he beats him. Andy Ruiz probably beats him, even though he also has short arms. He has endurance. He's a big man that has endurance. So anybody with endurance beats Dillian Whyte. And Dillian Whyte power it's not what people try to make it to be, you know. But I want to see that fight. I don't want nobody to think that I don't want to see the Dillian Whyte Deontay Wilder fight. I want to see that fight. But here's the thing that I don't want. I don't want people to use Dillian Whyte to basically try to dangle in Wilder's face, so they can manipulate the situation and avoid the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder trilogy. You feel what I'm saying? So outside of that, I definitely want to see the fight. If they have it to where, you know, Deontay Wilder can fight Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury still can't fight Anthony Joshua, I'm for that. You feel what I'm saying? Because we already know if Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua gets that, if they get that fight, that basically they're going to end up doing Deontay Wilder like they did Luis Ortiz. He is never going to get a chance to get that fight. So I wouldn't even go for the Dillian Whyte fight right now. But I definitely 100% want to see that fight. And I can assure you, if Dillian Whyte go into the fight and fight the way that he fought Alexander Povetkin, he's going to sleep. We can bet that. You can put your bottom dollar on that. You know what I'm saying? You can put your house on the line and bet that Dillian Whyte is gonna go to sleep. So some people thought that he looked impressive. I thought he looked drunk. You know, after the first round, I thought Alexander Povetkin looked drunk from the beginning of the fight. So that's all I got for now, man. I'm definitely disappointed in the fight. It didn't live up to its expectations. Well, actually, I didn't have any expectations, but it definitely did them a disservice, because it wasn't one of those fights where you said, dang, by time we got one of these. You know what I'm saying? Like the first time, I mean, it was okay, but I mean, it just didn't live up to the hype. So that's all I got for now, man. It's your man Ken the Guru, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't already. I'm out.